Hi, I'm Mark, and welcome to the weekly Outside Views report on British politics. It's a little bit of a mix today. In his own words, Ukrainian Defense Minister Alexei Reznikov sees the possibility of delivery of Eurofighters from Britain and Germany. If Great Britain and Germany were to combine their capacities for the Eurofighter, that would be an important step. That's what he told the newspapers of the German Funke Media Group and the French newspaper Ouest France on Tuesday. There's already an international coalition of main battle tanks with a core model of the German Leopard 2 and American Abrams and British Challengers. They could also form a fighter jet coalition with a core model F-16 as well as Eurofighters and Swedish Gripen jets, as Reznikov explained. In the middle of the month, Germany and Great Britain had ruled out supplying fighter jets to Ukraine in the foreseeable future, though. British Defence Minister Ben Wallace said on May 17th at a press conference with German Defence Minister Boris Pistorius in Berlin that Eurofighters in the British fleet are not suitable. In the short term, it is more important to equip Ukraine with capabilities comparable to those that fighter jets can provide. With a view to the battle, Reznikov expressed optimism, though. We will liberate and temporarily occupied areas of Ukraine until we restore the internationally recognized borders of 1991, he said. And this also includes the Black Sea Peninsula of Crimea, annexed by Russia, and the Luhansk and Donetsk regions. According to him, Ukraine does not want to attack Russian territory. We don't need Russian land. We would like to live with a democratically governed neighbor, not with an autocratic regime, Reznikov said. In order to be able to adequately protect its airspace from Russian attacks, Ukraine needs a functioning fighter jet fleet. Just a few days ago, Russian authorities reported the destruction of 5 Ukrainian fighter jets at an Air Force base in the west of the country, in the Khmelnytsky region. Thus, the Russian invaders managed a heavy blow against the Ukrainian air defenses. It is therefore clear that Ukraine needs operational fighter jets in order to be able to protect its airspace and thus its population from Russian cruise missiles and Iranian-made Shahed drones fired from Russian territory. They also need the jets to be able to successfully carry out their counter-offensive. Now the Ukrainian Defense Minister Alexei Reznikov has made this further advance on the question of the delivery of fighter jets. So far, the discussion about the delivery of combat aircraft has always focused on the American F-16. The US has already agreed to train Ukrainian pilots on this weapon system. A delivery of jets, however, has not yet been decided. The F-16 is considered one of the most advanced fighter jets currently in use. For Ukraine, the delivery of this type would mean a quantum leap because, according to Western experts, the F-16s are technologically far superior to the Russian jets. With regard to the weapon systems in particular, the F-16s is decades ahead of the Russian-type machines, as General Philip Breat told the specialist magazine Air and Space. So far, Ukraine has already received a number of MiG-29s from the stocks of the Polish and Slovak armies. With Western-made machines, they could protect their airspace more effectively. The Ukrainian Defense Minister Reznikov is therefore relying on a broad coalition of partners similar to the delivery of tanks to the country. Thus, as the core model of tank deliveries, Ukraine received the German Leopard 2 and, as I said, also the American Abrams M1 and the British Challenger. Likewise, one could form a fighter jet coalition with the core model F-16 as well as Eurofighters and Swedish Gripen jets, as the minister said. In the middle of the month, Germany and Great Britain, as I mentioned earlier, had ruled this out, but they, especially the German government, ruled out a lot in the past. And even if they now say the Eurofighter is not suitable for this matter, I wouldn't rule that out completely. I wouldn't say it's impossible. But if they want to do it, how big the pressure on them is, we all don't know. because it's also questionable whether and to what extent the German Bundeswehr would be able to deliver Eurofighters to Ukraine at all. Although the troops advertised the fighter jet as a highly modern and effective weapon system and as the backbone of the German combat aircraft fleet, it is not known how many of the 138 aircraft in the Luftwaffe's inventory are currently operational at all. In recent years, there have been repeated reports of the jet's lack of operational capability. Sometimes only 42 of 109 aircraft were operational, sometimes technical defects caused a stir. The Eurofighter was therefore already considered by many to be a breakdown aircraft. The German Bundeswehr is trying to allay concerns about the defense readiness of its air fleet. As Lieutenant Colonel Jürgen Schumann announced in a Bundeswehr podcast at the beginning of the year, the Eurofighters can both meet international obligations within the framework of NATO, with 5 machines in the Baltic states and 6 in Romania, and ensure national defense. For the entire German airspace, surveillance are currently 8 aircraft ready. Fighter jet pilot Schumann did not say what happened to the other 120 or so Eurofighters, only that some of the jets go through regular maintenance and they are in their maintenance intervals at the industry at the moment. But we will see how this will develop, but that is something really unpredictable. There can be changes every day. And I'll see you in my next video. I'll be back.